Yes, I have another video for you guys for SD Gundam G Generation Eternal because I just absolutely am having a blast with this game. What's up everybody, Fortexfiend here. Welcome to another video on SD Gundam G Generation Eternal, and for this video I'm going to be giving you guys a guide to the current event, which is the Gundam Seed Astray that is currently live within the game. Without further ado, let's go ahead and just dive right into it. Now, for those of you who have already done this event and already know what to do, this video probably will not apply to you. You could still watch it, helps me out, but it probably doesn't apply to you. But this is more so geared towards those who haven't quite tackled the event yet, or those who are still re-rolling, which again, I caution all the re-rolling that you're doing because when are you going to play the game? Just saying. But hopefully this helps you guys out once you guys actually tackle the event. So we're going to go ahead and dive right into the event right over here. It should be right over here. Now, in order to unlock this, it's super easy. You just have to be player rank 3. That's it. That's very, very easy to do. Even those of you that are still re-rolling, that's super easy to get. Once you are player rank level 3, you gain access to the events. As you can see, it runs until May 13th at JST time. So if you're unsure on your specific time zone, just Google it, check to see when that is for you, and that should be when it ends. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. And we're going to go ahead and talk about each of the components, what they're all about, and how this event moves forward. So first and foremost, we're going to look at the event bonus. We're not going to look at the how to play because we'll go through that on each of the components. So the featured units, which are going to be the units that are currently in the gacha with the new banner, and also any of the Gundam Seed current units that we already have in game from the Gundam Seed story, including the UR Freedom, including the development units, they will be able to give you event bonus percentage drops, and they'll also be able to give you increased damage dealt for the particular stages and the featured boss for this particular event. And as you can see right here, it tells you what they give you. So for example, it highlights what you currently already have in your roster. So for me, because this is on my free-to-play account, it shows me that the 2 free units that I have, which is one unit right over here, which is the blue frame, the Astray blue frame, and also the gold frame, they give a base of a 15% event bonus drop. And then for every limit break you have, it gains another 3%. So that is a total of a 21% event drop boost if you have these units fully max limit broken. And I highly recommend that you guys build these free SSRs because they are cracked out for free units. Like for real, for free units and for limited time free units, they are very, very good and very, very strong, and they will definitely get you through some content even after this event passes. So I highly recommend that you guys build these units, because not only that, but if you're going to be skipping out on the banner, or if you had bad luck, they actually have the exact same drop rate event bonus that the featured URs have. So you know, UR Strike Freedom and UR Justice, same exact drop rate boost for the event. So if you don't pull on that banner and you're able to build these up, you're good to go. It also tells you right here what the effectiveness of the other SSRs and the SRs from the Seed Astray, from any of the Seed Astray units. So it's 10% base for an SSR and 7% base for an SR, with a 2% per limit break increase for the SSR and a 1% for the SR. So this applies to the other ones that are Gundam Seed Astray, but are not the ones that are listed up top here. So that is what's telling you there. And then any of the units that have the Seed series tag. So for example, the base UR Freedom Gundam that we have, that's a supporter. It gives you like a 10% base with a 2% for limit break, and so forth and so forth. It'll just tell you right here with this event bonus diagram here. And then it also gives you the exact same rundown for damage dealt. This is very useful to understand, especially when you start tackling the boss stages. So this is going to explain to you everything that you need to know for the event bonus and also the damage dealt bonus. Okay, so we're going to start off with the event stages. So the event stages is just what it says. This is the story event that is associated with the Gundam Seed Astray. As you progress to the normal stages, you're going to get drops. The drops that you get vary upon the bonuses that you have. So again, the more bonuses that you have stacked, the more drops you get. And the most important drops that you're going to be getting from this are going to be the boss tickets. So you're going to keep going through this, and then once you beat stage 7, which is right over here, you unlock the hard stages. Now for the hard stages, you can only do them up to 3 times per day. And if you decide to skip them, it also counts towards that 3 per day limit, unfortunately. So it's not like the hard stages from the regular story where you could skip them 3 times and then you can keep just doing the sortie and keep doing the stage over and over. This one, once you do it 3 times, regardless whether it was skipped or through the sortie preparations, it's all done until you gotta wait until the next day. However, for the regular stages, you could click skip and you could, adjust the amount that you want to skip. It tells you the event bonus and also the amount of AP that you're going to be using and be left with depending on how much you use. So once you clear this, this is going to be the way that you can earn all the boss tickets. What I like to do, since I've already done this, is at the start of the server reset, I do all my skips on the hard, which is the 3 times, and then afterwards I do, depending on my AP and how much of my AP I want to use, because we also get, the free AP, the canister that we get for the campaign and all that good stuff. I'll probably do maybe like 10 to 20 skips on stage 7, and that should give me a hefty amount of boss tickets. And as you can see right here, it should tell us our rewards. Okay, so the obtainable rewards that you could get, so you could get the Seed Astray technical journals, and the boss tickets are the most important right here. And then we also get the units that are associated with the limited time development diagram for Seed Astray. But this is what we get over here, and you get more depending on the bonuses that you have stacked from the units with the 2 parties that you use. So that's going to be all about the event stages, and once you beat all of the normal event stages, you unlock your access to the boss battle, which features the gold frame Astray Gundam Astray boss right over here. There's going to be 3 difficulties, which is normal, hard, and expert. Normal costs 60 boss tickets, hard costs 90, and expert costs 120. If you're able to beat the boss on your first try, you have the opportunity to be able to skip that particular stage. So for example, I've been able to do this on my free-to-play account. I've beaten the boss my very, very first attempt, so that's why I have the skip feature unlocked right over here. And that's very, very useful if you're able to do that. Now, I know some of you that are potentially just starting out may not have the required CP for this. So if you have to just farm normal, if you have to just farm hard, that is perfectly fine. I know some people in my server that are currently doing that are working their way towards the expert level. Now, every now and then, when you are in the midst of farming the boss stage, right, you might unlock access to the rare boss. And I'm going to show you how that looks like here. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to jump right into normal stage 7. Let's do 20 skips just for the purposes of the video. Execute. There we go. Cool. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and jump right into the boss battle. Let's do some skips on. Let's do some skips on. Yeah, let's do expert. Let's see if we get the boss. Let's see if we get the boss. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. Oh, okay. So it looks like we didn't get it there. Let's try again. And right now, I'm investing a majority of my AP into this, so don't come at me in the comments if this doesn't look like a wise usage of AP, because this is how I want to do it. Okay, let's see if we can get that boss to come out. Oh, we didn't get him to come out. Okay, anyways, we'll talk about that, but I do want to go over the stage when you actually do tackle this for the first time. So when you do tackle this for the first time, there's going to be some enemies that you want to be mindful of. And in particular, the ones that you want to be mindful of, especially for the expert stage, are the supporter units. So there's going to be these supporter units that are placed like right on the sides of the boss. You want to be able to take those out first because they provide support to the boss when they either attack or counterattack you. You also want to make sure you want to take out any enemies that have the shield icon, those durability icons, so that way they're not constantly trying to protect the boss and then you take the boss out. I will let you know that for being a free-to-play player on this account, this event is really not too difficult. I really like how the difficulty can be challenging, but it's not overly too difficult to where it feels like you have to pull on the banner. And I did not pull at all for UR Strike Freedom on this account. I'm literally just running off of the 2 units that you can develop, and then the other URs that I've already pulled from the first time that I re-rolled on this account. So it is very, very doable. as a free-to-play player without even pulling on the banner whatsoever. So we're actually going to go to how to play, because I do want to talk about that secret boss. I was trying to get it to pop up for this guide, but it didn't. Okay, so that is the rare boss. It is going to be pretty much one of the farmable development characters that you could build up right over here. So very, very similar to the actual boss. It's going to have some adds with it, some mobs with it. It's going to have one shielder or durability unit, and then there's going to be some supporters. You want to take the durability unit out first, and then you want to take out the supporter units right afterwards. And then afterwards, it has these other adds that don't have a lot of HP. Those ones you could also take out as well. But once you do that, then you focus fire on the boss, and you want to utilize as much support attack as you can when you are attacking this boss. Now, when you are trying to beat this boss, unlike the actual featured boss, which is Goldframe Astray, you don't need to beat this boss at the very first time to unlock a skip, because it just randomly unlocks. There's no skip feature for this. So for me personally, to save myself time, because I've already done this on Expert, once you beat it once, even if you have to attempt it once or twice or even more than that, because it retains the damage that you do to it, you don't have to worry about it again. It might appear again, and yes, it does cost only 60 boss tickets versus the 120, but because it takes a bit of a long time, because it has like 36 health bars, and that could be very tedious for just 75 medals. Me personally, I don't like trying to fight it for like the second, third, fourth time. I've already beaten it. I've already gotten the diamonds from it. I'm good with that. I'm just going to keep playing through the normal stages, using my skip tickets on the expert stage, and then afterwards using the medals that I get from the gacha. But if you want to fight the boss over and over, that is entirely up to you, but I'm just letting you know right now, for efficiency and time, it's not, I don't personally recommend constantly fighting this boss. I don't think the 75 medals that it drops is really that worth it at all. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and talk about the dev diagram. So again, this is how that looks like. It's pretty easy to get through this. I'm glad that they only have 8 mobile suits that you have to develop here, but the goal is to get those 2 units at the very end right there. Guys, I'm telling you right now, as a free-to-play player, work on maxing these guys out. If you have the SP conversion and you want to use them on these, I think they're great to use them on. If not, you can always just leave them at level 90, and they are still fantastic units. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to have a separate video once I max them out as to why these units are so good for free units. So definitely work on getting this dev diagram completed and everything. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about the medal supplier. So this is going to be the gacha that's associated with this event. You guys might have seen this format before, and honestly, this format for this entire event is something you guys might have seen in other gacha games as well. So the way that this works is for every 5 medals, you get 1 thing from the gacha, or every 50, you get 10 items. Obviously, I like to do every 10. I don't see any reason why you would do singles or anything less than 10. But if you want to, that is entirely up to you. And when you click on all lineups, it shows you the different pages that you go through. So the first lineup right over here, the best items that you can get are going to be those technical journals. And then afterwards, you got the tickets, and then so forth and so forth. And then the second time, you get the next premium drops is what I like to call them, the resettable rewards, is going to be a copy of each of those SSRs that you also get from the development tree. And then afterwards, the third one, you get access to the supporter. That's the supporter pilot that is available in this event. And then the fourth time, you get another copy of the 2 SSR units that you could develop. The 5th time, you get an add-on or a modification, along with more access to premium assembly tickets. And then the 6th time is going to be the best one, obviously. You're going to get access to a limiter off, and you're also going to get access to 1 copy of the weapon upgrade parts UR. Now, people are going to wonder, oh, when should I actually reset and go to the next page, and so forth and so forth. Some people are saying when you get to the second one, once you unlock just the tickets and the 2 units alone, you could just skip everything else. Me personally, for personal preference, I just try to go through everything until I've unlocked everything on that page, and then reset it and go to the next page. Because with how long this event is available, why not just get everything? And once you get to 7 times and onwards, as you could see right here, like, they're all pretty standard as far as what you get. So, why not milk it for what it's worth, right? Like, if you look at page 6 right here, you get some SSR weapon upgrade materials, which are not available in the 7th and onwards page. So why not take the time and just get everything that's available in the other pages before you go to 7 and onwards. That's my personal take. I don't skip anything. I just get everything because I want to milk this event for everything that it has to offer, because it is our very first actual event with like more than one piece of content to do, unlike the Red Gundam, where once you beat the Red Gundam expert, that's kind of it. This one gives us a little bit more to do, a little bit more rewards to get, and more to look forward to. So for the purposes of the video, let's go ahead and do an exchange. Okay, we're going to go ahead and exchange again. I'm going to look at the full status of where I'm at. I think I'm on page 4 or 5. Here's the current full status. So, okay, so I'm on page 4. So I want to try to get those weapon upgrade materials, and let's see if we can get a copy of one of the 2 SSRs that's featured on this. That's the goal, right? Oh, nothing yet. Keep going. Oh, we got an N limit break part right there. Interesting. I don't know if... Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. So I got another copy of Astray Blue Frame. Let's see if we can get Gold Frame. There we go. All right, awesome. Okay, so this is going to pretty much conclude everything that you guys need to know about this particular event. It's pretty easy to understand, but I get it if some of you haven't tried the event yet, or those of you that are re-rolling, hopefully the video helps you guys out. My top 3 tips for this is 1, build these 2 SSRs for real. Build them. They're that good in my opinion. My advice 2 is once you beat the rare boss once on each difficulty, my personal opinion is don't do it again, because there's no way to skip it. And also, in my opinion, the rewards or the medals are not worth it. Even though it's more than what the original boss drops, it just takes too long in my opinion. And then the last piece of advice that I want to give you guys, and we're going to go ahead and go into upgrade right here, and this goes credits to SCat in my Discord. I don't know if you guys know who SCat is. He's actually one of our resident whales, but he also does free-to-play strategies, and he's done all the content and everything. But for those of you that are free-to-play and you're like, well, I don't really have too many seed units and all that, I don't plan on pulling on the banner, I do want to alert you guys to this bad boy right here. Not that one. Where is it? Oh, here, right here. SR Freedom Gundam. This comes from the development tree from the Gundam Seed storyline, which is permanent content. If you're able to max limit break and fully level this unit for an SR is super, super cracked out. And if you have a pilot, for example, Sazabi or the new Kira, or even Setsuna that has access to the double chance step, this can outperform any non-limit broken UR mobile suit with that setup. And look at this, right? This map attack, it has access to a map attack right over here. And if we go to upgrade, look how powerful this can get for a freaking SR unit. It goes all the way up to 3,600, which is pretty impressive for an SR. And then its nuke attack goes all the way up to 6,000, which is fantastic. So this unit is very, very, very strong, very easy to get. And if you're lacking any more seed units, go into that development tree. It's an SR, build it, make multiple copies, max limit break it, level it up. And then if you have a pilot that has access to the double chance step, use that pilot on this unit. Trust me, it's super powerful. I have it on my whale account right now, but I'm going to try to do it on my free-to-play account because I want to show off more free-to-play units on this account. But this is the other piece of advice that I want to give to you guys for this particular event or any seed-related content for this game. Again, thank you to SCat for that. That's going to go ahead and conclude everything, guys. I think that's all that I wanted to cover in regards to this event. All the units, the gacha medals, the bosses, and all that good stuff. Let me know if I missed anything or if there's any other tips that you guys want to share in the comment section below. Stay tuned for the next video on SD Gundam G Generation Eternal on this channel, and stay blessed, everybody.